Language of light is concentrated intention, concentrated sensation and feeling and awareness, as well as the intent. And so a true communication on the light language levels to your body would be something along the lines of, I am aware of this tension that is running up alongside of my spine. I'm going to inhale and stretch these muscles open and then feel that tension relax by decreasing the Velcro, by ungluing the glue, by dropping the heavy into the earth. And as you do that, you will actually feel the musculature open up. Now, that's a body language level. That's not a language of light level. Language of light is when you do these sensations outside of the body, meaning that you become aware of things on the outside, like that is very stuck, that's very blocked over there. What I'm going to do is inhale my feeling of intention, of movement, of laughter, of light, and punch into that and start transmuting it from the very center into what I want that heaviness to feel like, which is cleanliness, which is brightness, which is openness. And it's your intention, your awareness. These are the things that we have to start tapping into. And in order to get to that level to where you can do this advanced light work, this advanced light language, which is literally just the way that the universe communicates, the way everything communicates, your words just get in the way. And once you can hook into this right here, everything is much more open. But we have to really understand the trifecta. This body language level right here, it's so super simple to tap into. All we have to do is pay attention and breathe. And so what we're going to do is we're going to run through an exercise to start bringing awareness into the body to begin with. And what I want everybody to do, let me just demonstrate the belly breathing real quick here. So this is my belly button, pelvis, solar plexus. When you inhale, you're going to completely relax everything around the diaphragm. Now the diaphragm is the whole entire bottom of the rib cage. This is that muscle that when you hiccup, it's doing this. And when you inhale, it's pulling down. And the ribs stretch up and open. It's like a vacuum. It's like a container being opened. And that's how you pull air into your lungs. And watch my belly when I do this. It's almost like a bellows. I open at the perineum, everything opens, expands, and then I relax, and then it comes back down. Open, expand, relax, and come back down. Now, the exhale, you're working on the inhalation. Your muscles are getting tight. Your muscles are getting tense. And so when you exhale, the exact opposite is happening. It's like you have to work to inhale. Exhale, completely relax and let go. Don't hold on to the air. Don't push it out. Deep breath in. And release. Let's just sink into this for the next 30 seconds or so. Notice as you're doing this that it's a cerebral pattern, meaning you have to tell yourself, deep breath in. Now let go. And while this is enough to start calming the body, your mind is still engaged in this response. This is a very simple perspective change. Stop telling yourself to breathe in and start using your inhalation to explore the sensations inside of the skin. Feeling how when you expand and open the breath, how the skin stretches over the muscles, how it glides and shifts underneath the skin. And turn these sensations up, just like you've got a volume dial attached to them. And use that inhalation almost like you're turning that volume dial. Flex your will and turn it up. Now what's happening here is more often than not, you'll start to feel tingling sensations. You'll start to feel these sensations become much more intense. And it's not that you're growing nerves in the area. You're not doing that. What you're doing is you're turning up the bioelectric flow, your focus, your intention. And start really opening up the breath, slowing down the inhalation and feeling how much more intense you can turn that volume dial up. That tingling, that buzz. This is the iron in the water of your blood, the liquid crystal that powers your body. And it's catching this bioelectric current, this flow. Deep breath in and turn that sensation up. Demand awareness. Don't ask, don't wish. Speak body language. Do. Don't speak to your body and say, I want more awareness here. Put your focus, your internal flashlight of awareness on wherever it is that you want to be inside of the body. And turn it up. Feeling the awareness blossom inside of the area. Now the process, you just opened up where there's plenty of nervous system energy inside of the skin. This brings your awareness to things that are right next to it. The same way that we use the exploration of the frequency. Now watch. Deep breath in, turning it up, and on the exhale, drop your awareness right underneath the skin into the musculature. And feel how your abdomen and your chest shift and move underneath the skin. Just like inside of the skin, flex your will and turn this up. Feel that tingling sensation starting to go deeper into the body as you begin to map out where your muscles connect, where they run through the body. Stretch that inhalation, really opening up and feeling everything shifting and moving. Very good. This deep body awareness, this is how we can feel the chi, that spark of life that animates your body, your soul. But we have to build up just a few more resonances first. Take this skin, muscle, bone awareness deep into the hips and the lower back. Take a deep, slow, probing breath. Watch how much movement is actually happening back here. Pay attention how you can't feel the bones in the same way that you feel the skin. But by paying attention to where the skin and the muscles are not, you can feel the movement underneath the clothes, the shifting of the muscles underneath the skin. Feel all the hard structural support spaces where all these muscles are connected into. Turn this up. Beginning to inhale your awareness up the spine, feeling the front of the body, the abdomen, the rib cage, everything shifting just as much as the sides, just as much as the back. And feel how you have an entire cavity that goes from the throat all the way to the pelvic floor that you're inflating and opening with each breath. And turn this up. Starting to feel how the rib cage expands and opens, how all of these muscles are straining, stretching. Deep breaths. Body language. You don't want to ask, you don't want to speak, you don't want to hope, you don't want to wish. You want to bring the awareness right to where you need it and then tell it what you want it to do by creating the sensation. Feel how your sides of your neck and your shoulders get tight and lift up at the top of the breath, literally pulling the rib cage up. Feel how on the exhale, everything relaxes and lets go. Let's start taking over the sensation. Turn that volume dial up even louder with each inhalation, and on the exhale, like you've got microscopic Velcro that's being revealed by that inhalation, use that exhale to dissolve the Velcro. And feel each out breath, that tension, that tightness, dissolving out of the musculature. Feel the jaw and the face completely relax as the mouth and the tongue lets go. Feeling how the throat softens in the chest, in the neck, mirroring the spine underneath the skull. Deep breath in, turn it up. Exhale and release. Dropping the shoulders and feeling the chest unhinge, unknot. Feel this relaxation rushing down through the body, through the spine and the hips, through all the organs in the abdomen. Feel how the hip sockets release and unknot. How the knees relax from the center all the way out, down into the feet. Turn it up. Start really using this volume dial on both ends of the breath. Inhaling and turning this up just a little bit louder with each in-breath. Using that out-breath to relax just a little bit harder, straining to let go. Very, very odd dichotomy, but easily felt once you know how to speak this language. Tell your musculature what you want it to do. Take over the default program. It's all sensation. Very good. Now what I want you to do is take that skin, muscle, bone awareness right to the nose and begin to inhale, feeling how intense the wind rushing through the nostrils actually can be. Just like we did inside of the skin to become aware of the musculature, follow that wind back into the whole entire breath, feeling it echoing in the sinuses. Flushing down through the windpipe and into the chest. Deep breaths. Feeling this wind echoing inside of the lungs, the windpipe, the face. And turn it up. Feeling that tingling sensation starting to go deep, echoing through the entire tissues of the lungs. And start to turn this up, feeling the rib cage shifting and moving around the lungs. Feeling the muscles shifting the bones, sliding underneath the skin. Feel the skin gliding underneath the clothes, and turn this full spectrum body awareness up. Releasing just a little bit harder on each exhale. Very good. And this is how you build up very strong chi flow, bioelectric fields of electromagnetism in the body. Now you need to move them with intention. Don't think about it, just do it. Grow your lungs until they expand through the entire body, into the feet and into the hands. And as you inhale, follow just as intensely through the face, the throat, and the chest. And use that inhalation to magnetically pull that tingling sensation on the wind all the way into the body, through the shoulders and the hips, the arms and the legs, right into the hands and the feet. It starts with a movement, a trickle, a something. Tune into that something, that feeling of movement, and flex your will and turn that volume dial up. Demand more movement, demand more awareness. Deep, full breaths. Noticing how this deep breathing isn't a cerebral process anymore. This is the background. This is the tool that creates the sensation. And so it goes into the automatic file. Deep breathing, feeling, turning it up. And this tingling sensation, you're moving through the body. This is literally waves of blood that you've polarized with your own energy, that you're moving through and unblocking anything stuck, anything damaged, pinched, not moving. And you're connected into so much more than just the musculature right now. Start using that exhale to dissolve that Velcro on every level. Bone, muscle, skin, lymphatic, neurological, the organs of the body. And as you do this, tune into the gravity of the earth, how it's pinning you down, pressing you into the earth. And as you release that Velcro, as you soften the body, feel anything sore, anything tight, becoming heavy and slipping right into the gravity, right into the fires of the earth. Turn it up. This is that deep body awareness that's needed. Now that you can move your blood flow, this is that body connection. This is where so many people, they know there's more. This is where that more is. And we can put anything that we want into this. But first, I'm going to show you all how to open up an energy center. I like to use the lower dantian specifically because it's near the intestines, which are connected into the genetic knowledge of the body, as well as the psoas muscles and the neurological systems that hold on to trauma. And so as we open this point up right here, as we release trauma, as we release stuck and stagnant emotions, that is an automatic way to lift your vibration up through the roof right there. And so this is one of my favorite places to actually use when I start opening this up and showing people how to do it. And the other reason, the lower dantian, this is like a storage tank. If you, in your spare time, start inhaling flows of light, of laughter into this area and you absorb it like a sponge, you're building up your storage ability so that when you do need your energy, it's immediately there. You don't have to build it up. And when you're done with this work, I actually advise people not to ground out, specifically because you're making the energy leave. What you can do is ground out the heavy energy, just like I showed you with this breath and this heaviness and this dropping into the earth. But what you want to do is pull all the light, all the happiness, all the joy right back into its storage tank so that you can release it instantly when you need it. It's a very powerful, powerful energy center. Now what we're going to do with this, pretend that this ball underneath your belly button, right in the core of the body, is about, the size of a tennis ball. And you're going to inhale that feeling of the wind into this tennis ball. And it's like it's a sponge and you're absorbing energy into it. And on the exhale, what you're going to do with it is like this ball is blossoming open like a flower. You're going to feel it bud at the top and then bloom down and around the sides. And this is how you open up toroidal energy inside of the body. We're inhaling into the ball and we're exhaling and blooming and blossoming this open. And let's spend a good 5 or 6 breaths here, really moving as much as we can, as powerful of sensation, as much of movement, as much tingling into this as you can, and force that sensation of opening, that blossoming. It starts again with a trickle, with the something. Turn it up. Feel how much more blood flow is immediately moving through the lower back and the kidneys and the abdomen. Turn this up. And now what we're going to do is start tapping into joy, to happiness energy. And this is really easy to do. We just got to understand the mechanics of it. When you stand in a power pose, my favorite, Superman or the Wonder Woman position, shoulders thrown back, hands on hips, head up straight, almost like you're wearing a crown of light. And if you stand like that for 5 minutes or more, you're going to start to feel like amazing. You're going to feel confident. You're going to feel powerful. And the reason for this is the body will never naturally stand like that unless you feel that way. And if you stand like that, your body is going to recognize the imbalance and it's going to start recorrecting that, because if you stand like that, you're supposed to feel like that. And so it makes it happen. We're going to do the exact same thing with the smile. Your smile is not your happiness. Your smile is the response to the feeling inside of you that feels happy. And so what we're going to do is we're going to hack the smile into the body through this bioelectric current that we just opened. Now, what I want you to do is put a gentle smile on your face. And as you inhale, you know what the wind feels like. You know what that tingling sensation feels like. Pull the feeling of the smile deep into this lower dantian and blossom it open, and pay attention for that extra, that feeling, that sensation of something different. And feel how this is already starting to soften. It's starting to relax tension that you didn't even know was there. And turn this smile energy up. Force that feeling to blossom through anything stuck. And start using that exhale to grow this energy center, making it bigger. Using each exhale to blossom just a little bit more sensation, to inhale deeper with that smile energy and blossom it open bigger until you get everything from the bottom of the heart all the way down to the pelvic floor. And turn this up, feeling that smile, how it didn't feel real to begin with, but it's starting to feel real now. Deep breathe that softness, turning up that tenderness, paying attention for a feeling of fluttering inside of it. It's almost like a butterfly gently flapping its wings. And if you don't feel that, make that sensation happen. Just because you don't feel it doesn't mean that you can't. It means that you have to tune into it, and we tune into it by making the sensation happen. And inhale that smile energy, and as you turn it up, tune into that soft fluttering and start to turn this up louder and more intense until it begins to echo and vibrate, and then it bursts into laughter. I always like the laughter of my kids. Like a 3 or a 4-year-old child, that belly laughter, that hysterical, like I'm being tickled and I can't help myself laughter. Feel that echoing inside of the wind that you're moving through, that tingling sensation, that awareness in the body. This is the spirit. This is the emotional side. And when we're dealing with entities, with implants, with parasites, they are always going after nasty emotions. And this field that you're creating inside of the body helps you become aware of where things are stuck. So before we move into the light frequencies, I'm going to show you how to start tuning into these. And this could be something that you have a program of anger or sadness or depression, and it's just always there underneath the surface. Or this might be something that there are very specific traumas in your past that were creating these sensations. And it's the same process to get rid of it. What I want you to do is to start turning up the flow of this laughter and this movement, not just in the energy centers, but inhaling into the hands and inhaling into the feet. And as you do this, you know right where your bones, your muscles, and your skin is. Inhale through the very center of the body to the very outside of the body. And as you do this, you're saturating your body with what you want, what feels good. Anything that is not of that resonance is going to start poking its head up. It's going to start getting sore, heavy, uncomfortable. It's going to refuse to laugh. It's going to get angry. It's going to get serious. It's going to draw back on itself. And this is how we become aware of blockage that's holding our vibration down, that's causing physical tension and pain. Wherever this might be, whether it's in the head, the chest, the abdomen, it might even be in your hand or your foot for all I know. These things pop up in all kinds of odd places. But wherever it might be, begin inhaling into it with a sharp breath, almost like you're leading with a point. And put this inhalation right into this hard space and lead with that laughter. Turn that smile energy up. And recognize we're not going to wage war inside of the body. We're going to recognize where there already is war, and we're going to bring peace. Start spinning that inhalation, almost like you're creating a tornado, and drill into that hardness. And it's like that inhalation is punching into steel. On the exhale, force that steel to blossom open like a flower. And drop the heaviness right into the earth. And rinse and repeat, inhaling that laughter, turning that movement, that tingling, that smile energy up. Exhale and blossom it open, feeling how that hardness becomes liquid, heavy. Let it drain right into the fires of the earth. Using that exhale to not just blossom open, but to turn up the gravity as well. Not just dropping heaviness into the gravity, but feeling it actively sucking out of you. Very good. And this is how you start tuning into high vibratory emotions, and you start cleaning out the junk from the past. This isn't a matter of if it cleans, this is a matter of when. This is the easiest way to start really going in. And as you do this, you might even have images, movies of trauma that come up. Don't let them fight with you. Observe. Don't react. Inhale what you want into these images, which is joy, which is vibrancy, which is movement. Let's start tapping into the light. On the exhale, when you blossom open, I want you to start using that tingling, that laughter as fuel for the light, opening up a brilliant golden sun right inside of where it's stuck, where it's heavy, where your attention is drawn to. And turn this up. Inhale even deeper. Exhaling and blossoming open even bigger, starting to flood the body with what you want to feel. Light, laughter, open, clean movement. Deep breaths. And release everything that doesn't serve, inhaling everything you want to see in the world. Connection, joy, excitement, love, abundance, wisdom, health, healthiness, healing, and love, love, love. Very good. Now this right here, this is the basics. This is the trifecta. The wind, this is the movement of the blood flow in the body. This laughter, this is the joy, the excitement. And it's not unconditional love, but it opens up the doorway for it. Meaning as soon as you have access to creating emotion inside of your body, you can start spreading it. So watch this. I want you to think of a time where somebody went above and beyond to help you out, when you were really stuck in a tight spot and it was purely because of a person's attention that made it so much easier for you. And if you don't have a situation like that, make one up. And start to feel that upswelling of gratitude. That thank you so much. Like, I don't know what I would have done without you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And turn that sensation up, not the words, but the sensation that makes you want to say thank you. Flex your will and turn that volume dial up. Pull that sensation in deeper with the smile. Feel it echoing through the entire body. Gratitude. It's a very powerful, very high vibratory emotion. The same with forgiveness. This one's not easy to tap into, especially when you have a story that's telling you why you need to feel so upset. But let's create a scenario, either one that you've experienced or a brand new one. One where you recognize the damage inside of that person and you recognize why that behavior happened. Because you've been through it. You understand it. And you recognize how damaged that person is and how in pain they are because of the things that they have done, specifically to you. Now recognize that feeling of, I don't want anybody to hurt. And if you feeling this towards me causes you pain, I forgive you. I don't want to see you in pain. Nobody needs to be in pain. I forgive you. And tune into that sensation that makes you want to say that and turn it up. And start broadcasting that forgiveness energy at yourself. Inhaling it through your bones, your muscles, your skin. The ability to create what you want to feel is absolutely priceless. And even if it's not strong right now, these are the basics. The more you practice with this, the stronger it gets. And even if you can't see the light, the mind level, the frequency level, you can intend light. And that right there, if you can't visualize, it's perfectly okay because you can feel. And if visualization is hard for you, when I say visualize a zebra, you don't see a zebra, but you can still think zebra. You can still think brilliant golden light. And that right there, it's really going to start opening up the doorway for you to expand the spectrum, to expand your awareness of it. And if you find that you want to see the light internally and you can only feel it, but you can't see it yet, you've got a brilliant golden sun that's just hanging out every day for us. That if in the morning you watch the sunrise or in the evening you watch the sunset, you've got a beautiful example that you can start inhaling through your eyes and pulling that sensation into your body. Any time of day, you can close your eyes and look up towards the sky and you have this brilliant golden tapestry, this platform that you can then start using to really pull inside of the body. And that right there, this is how we start really opening up that doorway. This trifecta, this is how we clean everything out. But the thing is, if we have the tools and we don't use them, they are not effective. We can't just know this, we have to apply it. And this is what this coaching series is all about right here. You're going to have homework. We're going to be doing this every single day. We're going to have at least 5 to 10 minutes a day where we're practicing with these frequencies. And what I just walked you guys through right there, I'm probably going to actually snippet this. I'm going to cut it, and then we're going to have that as a video so that we don't have to go through the whole entire spectrum every single time. But this is the first time right here, and I wanted to make sure that we were all starting off on the right foot. And so for people who come in later on, we can snippet this part right here and they can practice that on their own. But as we go through the frequency exploration, we're going to be going in. This is where we're always going to start. We're going to start with the movement, with the body awareness, with the sensations of the emotions, and then the light. And so Now what we're going to do is the fun stuff, what everybody came here for. What I want everybody to do, let's just go ahead and start rubbing our hands together. And as you're doing this, turn up the volume dial inside your hands. Feel how it rubs together. Feel those sensations. And stop and allow your hands to relax and feel the palms, feel the fingers, and turn up the awareness in there. We're not breathing into it yet. We're using pure focus right now. And what we're going to do now is activate our hand centers. What I want you to do, inhale deep through the nose, through the face, and we're going to apply all three of these resonances here. I want you to move that tingling sensation, but fill it full of laughter and make it as bright as you possibly can. And inhale right into the palms. And on the exhale, you're going to blossom open the palm, almost like you've got a golden flower that's blooming out of your hand. Let's just go ahead and lay our hands down in our lap and take a series of 10 to 15 breaths into the hands. Really turning up the volume dial. As you're doing this, just gently wiggle your fingers softly as you're inhaling, feeling how the skin is encapsulating the movement of the bones and the tendons and the muscles underneath. Just by bringing awareness to an area, you can actively turn on the energy centers in that area. And if you've never had strong energy flow out of your hands, it doesn't matter. You can make it happen. As soon as you have awareness, you have the ability to shift it. Very good. Now let's go ahead and take our hands and we're going to place them in front of us about this far apart. I usually have it right at about the solar plexus level when I do this, so I'm not putting too much strain in my muscles to hold up right here. And what I want you to do is inhale into the right hand, and on the exhale, as you blossom open the right hand, I want you to push towards the left hand, almost like you're creating wind on your exhalation, and start pushing laughter, start pushing light at the other hand over here. And pay attention to what happens in your other hand. This is the one that you're not moving energy with. You're moving it through from the other side. And start to move it around. See if you can feel that energy flowing, almost like a river. And watch how it almost washes through the skin, the muscles, the bones. Now start inhaling into the left hand as well and push back at the right hand, and stop inhaling into the right hand and do the exact opposite. Start pushing the energy to the right side. Inhaling into the hand like you're creating movement. Now inhale into both hands all together and start pushing back at each other. And what you're going to do here is feel how the energy pushes and starts creating almost like a little bubble in between your hands. And really turn up that tingling sensation. You can create it inside of you. You can move it into the hands. And then when you exhale, it's still buzzing. It's still tingling. And start creating a ball of laughter, of light in between your hands. I want you to see this sun as bright as it possibly can be. Turn this up. Now just go ahead and reach around this ball of energy and take a deep breath and hug this to the body as you pull this in. Exhale and push it out the hands, out the feet. And what we just did right there is we created a very strong resonance outside of the body. This is how you do distance work. This is how you start connecting into the reality at large around you. That feeling, that something that you just created, there are sensations inside of it, even if they're little minuscule ones. The more you tune into those little minuscule sensations and the more you turn it up, the stronger it's going to get. But what you want to pay attention to is the effects. Notice how much more open the chest feels right now. Notice how much more sensation is happening. Notice how when you take a deep breath into your abdomen, the chest, it really lights up. It really expands that tingling sensation. This is what we want to notice, is the effects of our energy work, because we can't see it yet. So we have to feel it. We have to experience what is happening. Now that you know what it feels like to tune into a big ball of brilliant golden sunlight and laughter, we're going to start tuning into platinum frequencies. Now, platinum, when we think of gold and we think of platinum, they are two metallic types of shades if we're looking at, actual metal itself. There is no distinction in the luster. It is not one that's brighter than the other and one is darker than the other. They're on the same frequency. And so it's not that we are just tuning into the frequency of sunlight. It's almost like we're tuning into the frequency of a star that isn't gold. It's a star that operates inside of the platinum frequencies. And so what I want you to do is start inhaling into your hands with only the laughter, only the movement, no light yet, and start exhaling and creating this ball in between the hands. There we go. Now on the exhale, as you blossom open in between your hands, I want you to spark that brilliant silver, that platinum light, as bright as the sunlight, just a different frequency. And as you inhale into this, it's probably going to be a little bit different to start off. Start with that something. You can feel something. Tune into it. Turn it up. Make sure it's not white. White feels very flat in comparison. Get that chrome, that silver, that platinum, and turn up the intensity until it's like you've got a sun shining on this brilliant platinum frequency. And oftentimes when I'm using platinum, I see a spectrum on the outside. It's not like the rainbow spectrum, but it is color. It's like it's creating a different type of sensation just right around it. And really just practice turning this up. And as you do this, you're going to notice a shift in your field, in your energy. It's almost like you're sitting in a bubble that is changing its sensation. And turn this up. Feel this platinum light starting to extend, like you've got a sun in your hands and it's shining through your body. It's shining into the reality around you. And I find that the platinum, it goes very, very powerful with empathy energy. If you can't tap into empathy, start thinking of a scenario where you see an animal that's got a problem with it. It's got a disease. There's something wrong with somebody. There's some situation where you see sadness, where you want to see happiness, where you want to see healthiness. And feel that I wish you could feel better. That sensation of I want you to feel clean because it feels good and you don't feel good right now. And inhale that sensation through that smile energy and turn this light up. Oh, wow. Yeah, you guys are cranking this up now. Get it. Go. Turn it up. Turn it up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and grab a hold of this ball. Wrap around that big ball of empathy and compassion, as bright as a platinum sun, and inhale it into the chest. Pulling it into a smaller center, exhale and push it all the way out the hands and all the way out the feet. Just pay attention. Like, we know what that tingle, we know what the laughter, we know what that light, that sunlight feels like, but there's such a different space. It's very similar, but it feels like it's expanded into a deeper stillness, into a more expansive softness. And what we're going to do now is we're going to inhale into the solar plexus and open it up just like we did the lower abdomen. And start moving that laughter, that movement, that tingling sensation right into the solar plexus and blossom it open and pull that laughter, that excitement, and start blossoming open this platinum ray, this brilliant platinum light. Feel how that laughter, it's no longer as wild, no longer as excited. It's almost like it's tempered with grace. Feel how that compassionate empathy energy begins to build. Soft, tender, gentle. Start really slowing that inhalation down, almost like you're gently dragging silk through the face, through the throat, and into the chest, right into the solar plexus. Very good. Really explore turning this up, feeling the effects, feeling the tenderness, soft. Very good. All right, and hold on to this. And just begin to gently, slowly starting to let it go. Go back into the shallow automatic breathing and feel what's happening inside of the body as you're not creating these frequencies. How much more open everything is. And before